Hey everybody, it's midnight again, and welcome back to Rotting Flesh Movie Reviews. I'm your host, Billy Pop. This is the first Halloween movie I watched when I was young, and I thought it was pretty good. I was probably about 11, and even at a young age, the cinematography really stood out to me. Not that I knew what that was, but the general look and feel of Halloween Day was really at the forefront here. So I think I'm going to throw some spoilers into this one, just so everybody knows. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, is a movie from 1988. It was directed by Dwight H. Little and stars Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis again. I like the consistency here. Daniel Harris is introduced as Jamie Lloyd, and we have a different Michael Myers in George P. Wilbur. Now, Halloween 4 opens as a comatose Michael Myers is being transferred to another hospital. Upon hearing he has a niece, though, he wakes up and begins another bloody massacre in Haddonfield. He's after Jamie Lloyd, who is Laurie Strode's daughter. At this point in the series, it's established that Laurie was Michael's sister, and he has this inner need to kill his family, not his parents, though, for some odd reason. Where are they? Where the fuck are his parents, man? I don't know, who knows, but of course Michael continues his bloody rampage in a chase of his niece, eventually being stopped once again by a hail of gunfire this time. There is a twist ending in this that I thought was kind of awesome. Did the series stick to its guns? Well, we'll find out next review, I guess. Anyone who's watched all of these films know this franchise is a complete fucking mess. It hasn't quite gotten there yet, but it will. I promise it will. I really love the directing style here. This film radiates atmosphere. I especially think the opening credits really set the mood. The lighting is probably the most experimental in the franchise thus far. Actually, in spots, I'm not saying it's true, but in spots, it kind of reminded me of Argento. The only scene that really stands out as awkward is when Michael is walking up a flight of stairs, and the slowness of it comes off as just jarring. So the acting is all around pretty good. Once again, Donald Pleasance is absolute gold. It seems with each entry he gets more and more insane, and I love how uncomfortable he makes me. Which is very, like, if I met him in real life, I would be genuinely terrified of that person. Like, in a way that I feel like he'd, like, try and make me eat a pizza box or something, like, insane. Like, I don't know. Daniel Harris was really good, actually, for a little kid, and I'm surprised she was never offered more mainstream roles because she really does kill it here. I also spotted a guy from Dazed and Confused. I don't know. I don't remember what his character's name was, but the dude playing Michael Myers bugged me a little bit. His shoulders seemed too wide, and his walk was a bit robotic for my taste, like almost even more than the second movie. I don't know, maybe he was inspired by the guy from the second movie, but I just kind of thought that I didn't like just his general look. And that gets to the effects here. Like, we did get effects that were all right, but I feel like the MPAA might have affected some of the kills, because I don't recall any standing out as much as, like, the thumb going through the face. That was awesome. But also, I really like Michael's bandage mask when he first leaves the ambulance, because the mask he ends up with is actually really not the same as the first two. It's way too white, the hair is too light colored, and the face is completely different. I truly think it is the worst looking mask in the franchise thus far. The music is a little better than the second film. It's the same music, just once again modernized for the audience at the time. The writing here, they tried. I think the sequel had good intentions and wanted to try and continue the story of Michael going after his family members. It really was an alright idea, and with Jamie Lee Curtis gone, what were they going to do? Like, really, like, where do you go from there, unless you just do a whole new story, which they kind of did and kind of didn't. However, we get way less of Michael stalking in the background, which is what made the first two so effective. It actually makes sense they didn't credit him as the Shape this time, as he didn't really feel that way in this one. He felt like a person, like, but a person doing a robot impression or something. It also dragged a lot about 3/4 way in, and that is too bad because if they would have kept up the pace, it might have been rated higher in my mind's eye. But as it stands, it's kind of just. But as it stands, it kind of just gets a 6.5 out of 10, basically. Because, yeah, that one scene when they're in the house for way too long, and, it's supposed to be suspenseful, but I'm not too sure. It wasn't for me. So, anyway, guys, 6.5 out of 10 for Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Thank you for listening, and as always, I appreciate it. And I will see you next time on Rotting Flesh Movie Reviews.
That Midget Production.